Griff413 here back in today, and today, guys, we are here because at E3 there was a brand new game announced, and of course, it is Forza Horizon 5. You probably already know about this. I'm probably preaching to the choir here if you're watching this video, but I'm so excited! I am absolutely so excited. We're going to go over a few of the things that I noticed from the trailer, what I've read on the Forza Fact website, and of course, what we saw in like the kind of gameplay section. And apparently, we're also supposed to find out more information, more gameplay tomorrow, so that is going to be honestly absolutely amazing. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Starting things off, some people are probably going to be like, Gert, didn't you say that Horizon 5 wasn't coming out this year? And that it wasn't going to be in Mexico? Well, I'm going to be honest with you, was pretty sure it was actually going to be this case. I honestly thought it was going to be Mexico or Puerto Rico, and it was probably going to come out this year. After some people made some good points on it and all that sort of stuff, I was pretty certain. But when it came to the video and all that sort of stuff on Mexico 2021, I was like, well, I'm a little bit late to the party, so let's put a differing opinion on here, because I believed the Mexico 2021 rumor, but it was like, let's not get our hopes up. Let's not get our hopes up. It might be wrong. So I made the video on why it wasn't going to be Mexico. So anyway, though, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what is going on. So, of course, the release date for Horizon 5 is November 9th. But if you buy the Premier Edition, then you will also be able to play it early on November the 5th. Now, the Premier Edition is what is replacing the typical Ultimate Edition, and you do get quite a few goodies with it. In fact, more than you got with the Ultimate Edition for Horizon 4. You're going to get the Car Pass, both of the expansion packs, the VIP pack, the Welcome Pack, and of course, Early Access on November the 5th. There are 3 different versions you can get. You can get the base game, which is, the typical $60, or you can also get it with Game Pass at $9.99 a month. You also have the Deluxe Edition at $80, which gets you the base game and the Car Pass. And then you have the Premier Edition at $100 that gets you all the things I just listed. So that is something that you can go ahead and do. Or you can also get the Premium Add-on Bundle later on, which is $50. So if you're thinking you're going to get everything, buy it early, because if you don't and you get the base game and the digital-only Premium Add-on Bundles, it's going to cost you an extra $10. And $10 is something else that you can use to go buy some Hot Wheels. I don't know. Do whatever you want for it. Do whatever you want. So now let's talk about the cover car, because at the moment, according to the Forza Fact website, there is no cover car. But if you watch the trailer, you'd have a good idea of what the cover car would be. And that would be the Mercedes-AMG Project 1. Honestly, that would be an excellent cover car. This is an absolutely amazing beast of a hypercar. It is going to do so well in the game, and I would not be surprised whatsoever if it actually does turn out to be the cover car. But we should be hearing sometime later this summer, possibly at the Goodwood Festival. Maybe we'll be hearing about that, because that's when they did the whole McLaren Senna deal. So maybe that's when we'll end up hearing about the brand new cover car for Horizon 5. But as well, what will be the off-road cover car? Because I think I've got a pretty good idea on this. And I believe it is going to be the 2020 Land Rover Defender. And the reason for this is we got a glimpse of a little bit of play at the beginning. And you start off driving a 2020 Defender. And you're driving through the jungle looking to place the brand new Horizon Festival. That's why I believe we're going to be seeing the Land Rover Defender as the off-road cover car. There are a couple other good options, though. We did get 3 brand new Ford Broncos coming into this game. Starting off, we have the Ford Bronco Dakar, which is a beast of a car. That thing looks absolutely crazy. We're also getting the Ford Bronco 2-door, which I'm hoping we also see the 4-door, but not holding out my hopes. Or maybe it'll be a customization option. Maybe you'll be able to go in, click Ford Bronco, and you can choose 2-door or 4-door. That would be awesome. Speccing it out and all that. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I doubt we'll see that, though, because they are 2 different cars completely. And then you also have the Vaughn Gittin Jr. Ford Bronco Rally Buggy. We did see this a couple times in the trailer, so that is going to be honestly absolutely amazing as well. Of course, we also are getting the original Ford Bronco, but that's not really important at the moment. So those are possible cover cars right there. More than likely, it's going to be the AMG Project 1 and the 2020 Land Rover Defender. That's just my 2 cents, my idea, but we'll find out more later this summer, and we're supposed to find out more information about Horizon 5 tomorrow, so that is pretty awesome as well. So now let's talk about specs. Alright, so this game is built not to run at 60 frames per second. Horizon has always been a 30 frames per second kind of game. So on the Series X, you're going to be able to typically run 4K at 30 frames per second, and on the Series S, and probably what's going to be on the Xbox One, at One X, you're probably going to be running 1080p at 30 frames per second. Maybe the One X will also get that 4K 30 frames per second as well, because it is a pretty beastly machine on top of that. The thing is, though, is that there is going to be a performance mode so that if you want to run at 60 frames per second, you can. Now, will the Series X be able to hit this? That is a question in and of itself. You may not be able to run it consistently. You might get a few dropped frames here and there, but the Series X is a very, very good machine. So honestly, I almost don't have any doubt that it should be able to run 4K 60 frames per second, but the thing is, though, is I am only stating what I actually know. So I don't know if it'll be able to do that, but it is guaranteed to do 4K 30 frames per second, which typically with Forza, that is what you run. You run 30 frames per second. It really works out pretty well for racing games. Ray tracing is also available, however, though it will only be in Forza Vista. That's a little bit disappointing, because if someone has a really good proper machine, like a really good gaming PC, they should be able to run ray tracing throughout the entire game, but it doesn't look like they have enabled that feature. They have not put it into the game, so that is a little bit disappointing. But we probably will end up seeing that in the Forza Motorsport game, because they were talking about it, how Forza Motorsport is, basically being built as a console exclusive for the Series X. You won't be able to get it on the Xbox One, so it is going to take full advantage of the machine. The reason they're probably not putting ray tracing in this one is because it is available on the Xbox One, so they didn't want to make it so that those who don't have a Series X aren't able to actually use the features that they want to use, so there is that. But on the bright side, if you don't have a Series X, this does use smart delivery, and it is crossplay, and if you buy it on the Xbox One, you also own it on the Xbox Series X. So that means if you don't have a Series X right now, you can go ahead and buy it on your Xbox One, play it to your heart's content, and when you finally are able to get your hands on a Series X, you can play it on that, and it'll use smart delivery, so you'll have the 4K version optimized immediately for your console. So that is pretty awesome, and saves will transfer, so that is really, really awesome as well. So now let's go ahead and talk about some features. The first one I want to talk about is Forza Link. This is the brand new AI assistant that is replacing Anna. It will track your stats, and it'll track what you do and the people that you meet online, so that you can link up later on when you want to play with them again. Now, this will also kind of track who you are as a person. If you like to play games and mini games a lot, it'll say, hey, you like mini games, and anytime someone or one of your friends is running a mini game, it'll automatically send you an invite. I'm not sure if I like that feature, because I like mini games, yeah. But the thing is, though, is a lot of times I'm doing other things or I'm making videos, and I really don't want to have it sending me invites all the time. That is my main worry with Forza Link, so we'll have to see how that actually turns out. So then you have the Event Lab, and this is going to be very similar, I believe, to the Super 7 that we have in Horizon 4, where essentially you're going to be able to make your own races, but you're also going to be able to make your new game modes, games, everything like that, and you can customize it all. You can make the rules, you can do everything. It is going to be, honestly, from what they're hyping up about it, it's going to be some like super amazing sandboxy game mode where you're going to be able to like make games, and like let's say you want to do like reverse infection, where everybody is infected and they have to try and tag a cure or something like that, something like that, and whoever is last loses and everybody else wins, something along those lines. You could probably make that in Event Lab. But as well with Event Lab, it's going to take place at the stadium in the game, where you're going to be able to make your own tracks, it looks. I mean, look at this background here. Look at the loops in the back. It's absolutely insane. I saw this and it was like, huh! It's like Hot Wheels all over again. Oh god, I have no idea how this is going to go. This is going to look absolutely crazy. I cannot wait to see what some people are able to cook up. I do hope as well that we have our typical playground games spread throughout the map in different areas, because that's one of my favorite things about this is, just playing Infection. Infection is really basic, really simple, but it's honestly absolutely amazing. I love it. It's a great game mode, and I really hope that we don't lose that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make it myself. We're going to have to make it myself, and maybe I'll actually be able to make my own map. That'd be kind of cool. If Event Lab allows me to make my own map, I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. So let's talk about vehicle customization and character customization now. So vehicle customization, they have overhauled the user experience, okay? So that's probably going to mean that we're going to see a different interface, and we're going to see new customizations as well. They have mentioned that they've added 100 new rims, and this is something that we desperately needed, especially off-road rims. If we get like brands like Fuel or Hostile, something along those lines, that'll be absolutely crazy. And there are going to be, of course, new visual upgrades, which I hope also includes the Forza arrow, possibly painted brake calipers, as this was promised earlier, but it was proven to be too difficult to implement into Horizon 4 at that time. So maybe we'll actually end up seeing paintable brake calipers. And of course, there are going to be more performance upgrades. Who knows what those are going to be? Maybe like electronic turbos? Oh, that would be stupid. That would be so stupid. But who knows what we'll end up seeing. There is so many possibilities. I'm guessing there will probably be new white body kits. There will be new kinds of arrow, all kinds of things. Maybe we'll actually have some like off-road upgrades that are available on every car, because that was something that I made in one of my videos, was like every car should be able to be turned into a rally car if needed. That is something that would be absolutely amazing. Then finally, I want to talk about this. Gifting is back. Gifting is back, my dudes. I am so excited about this. This is a feature that I've been wanting for so long, but I don't know exactly if it's going to be the same gifting that we used to have back in the motorsport days. Because what you're going to be able to do is send and receive gifts from the community. So you can take a car, apply an upgrade, put a paint job on it, and then I can give it to another player, which is actually going to be really beneficial for me, because I can start collecting cars and all that sort of stuff, and we can do giveaways again. This would honestly be the best way for me to do a giveaway. We tried it back in, Horizon 3, and we had wild success with it. So much success that other people started doing giveaways as well. Horizon 4 came around though, and they purposely blocked the way that I did giveaways by making it so that it was much, much harder to do. The cars that were more expensive were harder to get, so you couldn't basically be like, oh, I'm going to, take that car and put it in the auction house, I'll buy it, because they would only allow me to buy it at, typical market rate. And that was really, really unfortunate. So hopefully this will allow gifting and giveaways to come back to the channel, which I would be really, really excited about. However, though, there is a caveat as well that I want to see what happens with these gift drops. Because, are they going to be unlocked? So, for example, if I put an upgrade on it, are they going to be able to see the upgrade that I put on it, the tune, all that sort of stuff? Are they going to be able to tweak it at all? If I put a paint job on it, are they going to be able to tweak it at all? This is kind of the feature that I really wanted to see, was to allow collaboration again. Because nowadays, if you do a design, it's one person, one design. Where back in the Motorsport 3 and 4 days, it was one person, and maybe you would have, liveries and final groups from a bunch of other people, like 10 other people, and they would all be combined into one design. So you'd have one design, maybe 11 people working on it. And that was honestly really good for the community back then. I felt like a huge sense of community back then. But we'll end up seeing how the gift drops work, as I'm curious to see what will happen with that. Maybe we'll hear more about that tomorrow. That would be really, really something nice. So anyway, though, that's where I'm going to wrap things up for today. Right now, this is kind of just the start of it. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a video on all the brand new cars that are going to be coming out, and some of the new cars, or not the new cars, the old cars that are going to be returning into the game, as there are quite a few. There are quite a few that we did see in the trailer, and who knows, maybe even more new cars will be revealed tomorrow with all that new information that we're supposed to be getting. If you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Garrett413 and Instagram.com/Garrett413. And if you like this video, go make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Bye!
goodbye.
Sometimes we